Okay, so I'm going to be performing a basic pedicure in this video, and before we even get started with the client, I have already done the pre-service procedure. So I've washed and sanitized all of my implements, and then I have got this little reusable cloth that I'm going to lay out over my footstool, and it's got everything that I'm going to need in it that's reusable, everything that I need in it that's disposable. And then I've also got my cleaned and sanitized reusable tools as well. So we're gonna get started. Okay, so we're starting out. I've got my clean gloves on, and I'm letting my client's feet soak in this foot soak with warm water for about 10 minutes. So now that the client has soaked for a solid 10 minutes, I'm going to take out her first foot. And it doesn't matter which foot that you take out first, but for continuity's sake, I'm going to take the left foot first, and I'm going to lay it on my footrest and dry it off. Now, be very careful, make sure that you get between all of the toes. So with that complete, I'm going to take some polish remover, and the first thing I'm going to do is use a clean cotton round with the polish remover to just remove any remaining polish that she has on her toenails at this point. And I think I need to move you just a little bit forward here. Okay, so I'm going to start with the little toe, which in effect is going to be this one because I want it to be more accurate. Okay, so now that we have completed that, I'm going to take my clean, sanitized nail clippers, and for toenail shaping, we want to go ahead and cut straight across the nail. So I'm going to start again on her little pinky toe and work my way across, and we just want to go straight across. Okay, and then at this point with the big toe, we would just carefully do the edges, and we'll just take this in effect to be our nail rasp since we don't have a necessarily real one, and just get the edges. So now we're going to take our rough grit file, and we are going to start filing the toenails. We file them straight across, so I'm just going to start working on that. And we can just polish this part off by using our fine side to really polish off any edges that are still a bit rough. I'm going to take my buffer, which I have right here, and I'm just going to quickly buff all of the nails on this foot so that they're nice and smooth to get ready for the next step. Now that we are all buffed out, we are going to very quickly go ahead and apply some cuticle remover to each of the toenails and callus remover if we needed it. All right, and then I'll just go ahead and get that on there. And then we are going to let this sit with the callus remover on while we work on the other foot. So I'm just going to wrap this foot up and set it down to the edge. All right, so now it's time to take out the other foot, and we're going to repeat the same process on this. To take another towel, and I'm just going to go ahead and wrap this foot up and set it aside. Okay, so let's take our first foot, and we're going to unwrap it because it's been sitting with the cuticle remover for a while and the callus remover, and we're going to go ahead and start to just use our foot file and file away any of our dead skin. Really going to use a scrub, and we are going to apply that all over the foot, making sure we get the bottoms, and this will help us to remove any extra dead skin that we have right now. Okay, so we'll stick it now back into the bath, and we'll just make sure to get all of the callus remover and cuticle remover or softener off. Okay, so now we're going to remove this, and we're just going to wrap it. We're going to dry it off pretty good, and then we're going to leave it wrapped and set it aside so that we can repeat this process with our second foot. So we'll take this foot now, and we will unwrap it. And to begin with, we are just going to start filing the foot. We will re-wrap this foot and dry it up really well, and then we're gonna set it to the side. Okay, so now we're gonna take the first foot back up again, and we are going to just making sure that it's completely dry yet again. We are going to now move on to adding some more cuticle oil. So I am just going to, sorry, wait, not cuticle oil. Okay. And then we are going to use our cuticle pusher to start removing the cuticles on this nail. Right, and at this point, if they have any skin tags or dead skin hanging, we can go ahead and remove that with nippers. All right, and at this point, we could use our curette to gently remove product from this nail if needed. I don't have a real curette, but if I did, it would be something like this, and I would just push the folds back very gently and just remove that product. So now we're gonna stick this foot back into the foot, and we are going to use our nail brush at this point with our foot bath to just remove any of the debris from those toenails after getting all those cuticles loosened up. And then we will take it back and rewrap this foot to leave to dry. And we're gonna set this one aside yet again so that we can work on our next foot. So now we're dipping it back into the foot bath, and we're going to take our nail brush and just remove all that dead cuticle skin. We're going to move in to the next stage. So I'm going to take this first foot and remove the towel, and I'm going to go ahead and add our massage oil, and we are going to perform a foot massage. So I'm just going to put some into the palms of my hands, close that lid up, and I'm going to just get that product nice and on to their foot, and then I'm going to perform the foot massage. So I'm going to hold at the ankle with my non-dominant hand here, and I'm going to hold here at the base of the toes with my dominant hand, and I'm just going to sort of circularly move the foot to start to relax that ankle. And we want to make sure that we don't take our hands off of the feet during this time. Okay. Okay. And then I'm going to slide my hand like this so my palm is on the base of the toes, which I hope you can kind of see. And I'm going to gently move up in a massaging effleurage type motion 3 to 5 times down the middle. And then I'm going to make sure to repeat that on both sides. Okay, and now I'm going to hold the foot like a sandwich and lift it up here so that I can actually see it at the ankle. And I'm going to use my thumb and I'm going to start going in circular motions across this part, down this part, across here, and up. And then I'm going to take my opposite thumb and do the same thing, and I'm actually going to do it in the opposite, sorry, I don't think you can really see me doing this, direction. And then I'm gonna, so you can kind of get the effect of what I'm doing. Okay, so I'm gonna continue doing that. And then I'm going to take their heel and I'm going to repeat that process and just do that same motion with my thumb 3 to 5 times. I'm going to push with my upper hand onto my fist like so and use this motion just a few times to really get some more kneading in there. And then once I finish that, I'm going to sandwich my hands again. And starting with the little toe, I am going to gently make figure 8s from the tip back, as so. And you can do this a few times on each toe. And at the end, I'll squeeze the tip. And you can do this just a couple times through just to relax the client. And then you can repeat all the steps or however many ones you want or different ones again. And I'm just gonna quickly just rub up with my palm because I think that's a very relaxing movement. I'm going to press the top of the feet three full times and then feather my fingers out. And I'm going to put this foot aside and I'm going to go ahead and massage the next foot.
Like so, push back, rotate the fingers, like so, and then pull it away, and then push back and press 3 good times to signify the end of the massage, and feather my fingers out slowly.
All right, so now it's time to move on to the last couple of steps. So we're gonna put that one aside, and we are going to take a clean cotton round with our polish remover and just get that excess oil that's now on the nail plate off. Now at this stage, it's time to put the open-toed shoes back on. So our client is doing so, or I will offer them spa shoes. And then we're going to go ahead and separate our toes with a toe separator here, like so. And that will help them stay apart as we are doing the pedicure. All right, to finish up our client's pedicure, I'm going to start by applying a nail dehydrator, starting with the baby toe. Starting with the left foot and the baby toe, I am going to apply in upward strokes towards the free edge. Actual color, so our client has opted for this beautiful red that they chose at the beginning of service, and I am going to dip into that and let it come down. And starting with my pinky toe, I'm just going to apply that polish. All right, so it's time to go back in with our nail polish round 2. Ooh, there's a lot on it. All right, so apply top coat. And that will be everything. So now your client is ready to walk out the door. Okay, so with our client all finished up, we are just going to make sure that we toss out any of our single-use implements into our trash can and cover the lid. And then we are going to take this dirty towel and I'm just going to transport all of these used implements to the sink so that I can wash and sanitize them, let them sit in Barbicide or some kind of a disinfectant such as that, and then clean them for my next client. And then we will drain the water, sanitize this tub, and put everything in its place, and we'll be done.